Good evening from Marlborough. This is Nicky here from Yoga Marlborough in Blenheim, top of the South Island, New Zealand. I'm really fortunate today to have the lovely Maia Bahlsen with me from, she's just a little bit further north than me in the area of Coromiko, coming up towards Picton. And Maya's originally from Germany. She lives in this beautiful, amazing house that actually can spin around up on a hill. And she has a gorgeous yurt where she teaches yoga classes and also family constellation workshops. And she's now doing the family constellation workshops and training online, and she's become pretty experienced in that since the last lockdown. So I think she'll tell us a bit more about that in a moment. But Maia, welcome, and thank you so much for being with me and for sharing some of your wisdom with our watchers. And how's your lockdown going?
Hey, Nikki, it's good to see you. Lovely idea to do this little series of uplifting videos for all us in lockdown, locked away.
Yes.
We are doing well. We are doing well. We have a lovely home. I'm here with my son and all our animals. Yeah, we're kind of enjoying it. I have a little bit of cabin fever lately because I'm used to go places as well, which I can't do at the moment. But this is a very small complaint, to be honest, compared to other people in other situations.
You've got some beautiful views too of the bush and the land around you. It's
Yes,
gorgeous where you are. And
yes, it is. And
how are you? I've been talking with a lot of people this time. This lockdown seems to be a bit different to last year. There was a little element of novelty maybe last year originally, and excitement, and it was difficult. But this time I think people are a bit more stressed, a bit more anxious, and maybe a bit more fearful of the future and of, they seem a little bit more, someone mentioned today, more vulnerable. What have you been hearing and feeling?
yes, definitely this comes up, this topic, the topic of anxiety and fear around the situation, the new strain of this virus, who is so, much more um, how you
Like
say,
contagious, yeah.
transportable, contagious.
Mm.
Um, and I have, I teach, when I teach family constellation, to my trainees, we talk a lot about this emotion, which comes up in family constellations a lot, but also for your own self, because it is really interesting to understand where fear comes from, where it originated, and that is actually possible to live without fear at all,
Good.
and that. Yeah, and I think that's exciting news. It is possible, and once conquered, there's a new outlook on life, which is beautiful. And you know that as a yogini, that's what we are striving for.
We strive for
And
it, and sometimes it's challenging. We can all still have
yeah,
our fears that come up.
mm,
I
mm,
sometimes unconsciously.
totally. Yeah, that's deep embedded into ourselves, that we soak up with the mother's milk, so to speak. And that's probably our challenge, following the path to a certain extent of the yogis before us, to to go through it and come out on the other side uh, with a little bit less fear, or maybe with no fear at all. And then you will not be so burdened down by this emotion when you are in challenging situations that are restricting your freedom, for example, or that some of your loved ones are getting sick, or you are in an unfortunate maybe financial situation. Wherever you are in, you are much more at peace with it, and in tune with your own life situation, when you can conquer your emotion of fear.
So, yeah, I think for me too, many years ago, when I practiced and studied Kundalini yoga, I started back in the early 2000s, and I was given a spiritual name by Yogi Bhajan at that time, and it was Nirbair Ka, and it means fearless. And I always thought, but I actually still have a lot of fears, you know, and I thought it was ironic, but then I also thought it's probably my my challenge in life is to feel into that and to understand where that's coming from and to overcome that. So what are some of the tools? Like you mentioned family constellation. What exactly is that?
Okay, so first of all, I think it's a wonderful spiritual name. I wonder why you not use it. It's wonderful. And so family constellation is a method that is originated in Germany by Bert Hellinger in the 1980s. A method of overcome all sorts of problems in life, starting from emotional problems over physical problems to problems in relationships. Um, and how you do that is with the help of your family system, because most of the problems that you are facing in your life, they are not actually created by yourself. You are kind of have inherited them from your family system. And through the method of family constellation, you can go back to the source where it was originated, which could be up to 7 generations back, and heal it with the what we call the orders of love, with what Hellinger has created, the system. We can heal the original wound in the family system, the original trauma, and then every descendant from then on is relieved of this burden to yourself and also to your children, even the unborn children, so they don't have to repeat it anymore. It's a very, very deep healing modality, which can really deal with practically every problem or challenge that one faces in life.
That sounds, yeah, just from what I've been learning in the last few years around trauma and how so many things come from, you know, even in your own life, from when you're perhaps in your first few months of birth, you know, from being born, or even perhaps during the birth process itself. But like what you're saying, going back to what your parents went through and your grandparents and and how that's all been passed down through their own, the way they brought up their children and passed on those, like you say, wounds.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And so it is awesome. And how we do it is this very practical work. So in the workshop setting and also in the virtual workshop setting, because everything is now virtual, I have Family Constellation Virtual created since the last lockdown 1.5 years ago. The beauty is that the other workshop participants are representing your family members. So they actually picking the information from this family member and can accurately describe their feeling and their relationship to another family member, even if they have long passed away.
Goodness me. Yeah, I have to explore this a bit more, I think.
Yes, you're welcome.
It really
Next
sounds
workshop
fascinating.
is coming up.
I will look into that.
At Father's Day.
Yeah, okay. Maia, do you have something maybe you could share with our watchers that would be a way to manage or deal with this fear in a more immediate way? Maybe they can connect with you later to do something in depth, but maybe something today that they may practically be able to try or do?
Absolutely, I'm happy to do that. In my family constellation trainees, we are going in depth through the question of fear. Where is it originated, and is death, an end to life? And what are we really fearing when we are fearing anything? Is if you really look behind it, which all philosophers and spiritual teachers who have done that come to the same conclusion, it is the fear of dying. It's really the fear of dying. Even if you feel a small anxiety, when you really, really think it through, what are you really afraid for in the end is that you're gonna die. When you have this anxiety about the COVID virus, in the end, it is the fear of passing away, of dying from it. We have I have a lovely exercise with my trainers, which I have to share, which is a guided meditation to guide everyone through this death and understand that you lose nothing. So if you're happy to do that, I do that with you, Nikki.
Let's do it.
Yay, okay. So all you need to do is sit upright
Mhm.
and relax your shoulders. Yeah, relax your jaw and your neck. Take a deep breath into your belly and exhale through your nostrils. Gently close your eyes and start to focus on the breath. Just inhale and exhale through the nose with a deep breath into the belly and in your own rhythm. Make sure the exhale is complete and the inhale is fully filling out your body. And with every breath, you let go of thoughts of the day, any kind of worries or excitement, and you allow yourself to become calm, peaceful, to be in the now, and you can enter your happy space, which is the space where you are safe, where everything is good as it is. Nothing needs added to make you whole. Nothing can taken away from you. And the space that we call your happy space can be anywhere, indoors or outdoors. It might be a meadow with flowers or the seaside or the top of a hill. Wherever you've been guided to, this is your safe space. And in your happy space, you lie down and you feel the earth or the floor underneath you. Feel the connection to earth. You smell the scent around you, and then you let go of smells. You feel the grass or the floor or the sand under your palms of hand, and then you let go of feeling. You hear sounds of birds or other noises, and then you let go of all hearing, and you are focusing on your body and the sensation of your body and the aliveness that you feel and the awareness with which you observe all of this. And this awareness is now focused on your left leg. You focus on your left leg, you see and feel your left leg, and then you see how it vanishes like dust that just goes, or clouds that just going apart and leaving the clear blue sky. And while you observe this, you ask yourself, am I still here? And then you go over to the right leg and you put your awareness to the right leg. You feel the right leg, you see the right leg, you are aware of the right leg. And then you let go of the right leg and it's completely vanishing into nothingness. And you ask yourself the question, am I still there? Now your awareness goes to your left arm. You see the left arm. You feel the left arm. You are aware of your left arm. And then you are aware how the left arm vanishes. And you ask yourself the question, am I still there? And then you go to the right arm. You see the right arm. You feel the right arm. You are aware of your right arm. And then you see how it vanishes. And when it's gone, you ask yourself, am I still there? Then you come to the body and you see the body. You see your belly, you see your chest, you see the back of the body. You feel your body. You're aware of this part of the body. And then you see how it's vanishing into nothingness. And you ask yourself the question, am I still there? Now all your awareness goes to the head. You feel the head. You see the head. You are aware of the head. And then you are aware how the head is vanishing into nothingness. And nothing from the body is left, completely vanished. And you ask yourself the same question. Am I still there? And by asking yourself the question, the answer is already in this question. The answer is yes. I am there. I am alive. With or without the body, that makes no difference for my awareness of being me and being alive. And with this certainty that death is not the end to life, it's just the beginning of a new cycle called birth, where the life lives on and on. You see how your body is coming back into your happy space, reassembling itself. And you can see how the toes are wiggling and the fingers. And then you see how you get up in your happy space and come back to your room where you're sitting in, where you feel the weight of your body on the chair. The shoulders are relaxed, the mind is clear, and in your own time, you can open your eyes.
I don't want to really. It's much better over there. Oh, that's a really nice practice.
Mm.
It's almost like
It comes,
dissolving, you know.
yeah. Mm.
You know that analogy they use of putting the coffee and the sugar and the milk and the water, and you mix it together, and then where is the coffee? Where's the milk? It's a bit like that feeling, you know. It's you're
Oh,
there,
yeah.
but you feel like you just feel everything else as well.
Mm. Wonderful. This
Mm.
is actually a Shavasana practice, which is translated as corpse pose. where you originally experience yourself as dead, to have this experience of endless uh, life over and over again in
And I
the yoga
think the feeling that I can express the clearest is like it's very peaceful. There's
Mm.
nothing to sort of do or think, or there's no fear in that place, that place of just being like everywhere and nowhere kind of thing at the same time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and no
Yeah.
fear, of course, when you
No.
know you don't need to be afraid of anything when you
Yeah. And
go
it's
through.
quite even for that small practice, like quite a short time, you can still get into a very beautiful still state.
Yes, it's very relaxing, isn't it? Yeah, you
Yeah.
can repeat that all over again whenever you want to.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. I'm feeling a bit spicy now, but but in a good way. I feel clear. I just feel very very quiet. Yeah. Yeah.
Nice.
Thank you so much, Maya. I really enjoyed that practice. When people are practicing this at home, should they just sit in a chair, or would you recommend they lie down, or
I think it would be lovely to lie actually down.
yeah,
Yep.
maybe just
And
bring the computer down or near them where they can hear, and then just lie on their back in like a Shavasana pose.
yeah, and keep warm, grab a blanket, some
Yeah.
cushions, make it nice and soft and cozy. Definitely, yeah. Maybe
Yeah.
blindfold to cut out the light.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you so much, Maya. Thank you so much
you're
for that
welcome.
today. I'm going to put your contact information for people as well, so they may want to find out a bit more and reach out to you.
Sure,
Um,
thank you. Happy to do that.
and yeah, just really lovely to see you. And thanks for sharing with everyone. And I look forward to catching up with you soon after the lockdown as well.
Yes, that would be lovely. Thank you for having me, Nikki. And again, what a lovely thing you do there for the community.
Thank you so much. Yeah, I hope it will help some people and be a good support.
Hmm.
Thanks, Maya.
Okay, shall we say bye?
I think so. Yeah. Thank you so much. Good night.
Good night.